and they're already praising him like he's the world leader, like he is the savior, the world savior. And this is, ridiculous. And the fact is, he won't even produce his own birth certificate. I would say that would be part of, before you get the job as commander-in-chief, I mean, that would be part of the screening process, would be to have an original birth certificate on record. But, again, they're only 2 states away from getting this constitutional convention, and where they're going to go in and they're going to change it and pave the way for people like Arnold Schwarzenegger to become president.
And that's probably just a minor thing of what they're going to do to our Constitution with this constitutional convention. I mean, the horrors can be far worse than that.
I'm against it. I'm for what the framers of the Constitutional meant. And gun control, ooh boy, you better watch out. I mean, there was a record number of gun sales after Obama got elected, and there's a sound reason behind that, because of his record, his voting record as a senator. Now, we've got a lot of these globalists, including Colin Powell and Joe Biden, predicting an event right around the time Obama is inaugurated. Now, I seen this live myself on Meet the Press, and like I say, when I see the globalists on, I do listen to what they have to say, and a chill. I heard it live. Colin Powell said around January 21st, there's going to be an event that we don't know about yet. I mean, the clips are up. I've got the clips up, if you don't believe what I'm saying. Truth is stranger than fiction, okay? And you can't make this stuff up. This is incredible. And they're predicting an event, and some kind of an event that's going to test Barack Obama and make him make some hard decisions. And I'm going to warn anybody listening to the show right now, you had better get some extra food, keep your vehicles full of gas, and get some extra fuel, whatever you need to get, food, water, do a little research. I would stock up a bit before the inauguration, because we have no idea what this is going on, and as the way things are developing over there in the Gaza Strip with Israel and all, this may be some kind of a event where the proportion where he might commit U.S. troops over there, which would be very unpopular. But it could be any number of things that we do need to be prepared for, because when they do say that they're going to do something, they usually go through with it. Okay, they said they were going to have world government. They said they were going to tax you to death. They said they were going to dumb you down, and they're doing it. Ralph Nader says basically that Obama's foreign policy is pretty much the same as Bush. And our media is so controlled. In order to find this stuff out, you have to go out to international media to find some of this stuff out. And this is a clip from Russia Today. That's Ralph Nader on Obama.
Is to try to organize the people, because he's from day one going to be a prisoner of giant corporations who control the government that he presides over. And there'll be a lot of economic crisis and the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and growing unemployment. So he doesn't have much room to maneuver unless he builds more political and civic energy among the people. Does he have the personality for that? No. He doesn't have a challenging personality. He has an accommodating personality to power. And that doesn't spell good news for the American people. It's very belligerent toward Russia, toward Iran, toward Afghanistan, Pakistani border. 50,000 troops will stay in Iraq indefinitely with the military bases and support of the Israeli military repression, occupation, colonization of Palestine. Do you see any difference? The foreign affairs reporters for the Washington Post and New York Times this spring said that Barack Obama's military and foreign policy will be very much like George W. Bush's second term. If anybody thinks otherwise, they better be prepared to be disappointed.
And Alex Jones they had on Russia Today, and he spoke about Obama.
Now, by phone from Texas, is political commentator and talk show host Alex Jones. Alex, thanks very much indeed for joining us. There you are, a man in Texas, a Republican state. What are your thoughts about an Obama presidency?
Well, first off, Bill, thank you for having me on, and thanks for Russia Today to have me on. I agree with what Ralph Nader was just saying in your piece. I mean, that's spot on. Barack Obama got close to 4 times the political money from Wall Street and the big bank oligarchs that are looting the United States and the world right now. These are not Americans. These are offshore New World Order globalists. They want a unipolar world. They want to set up a world government run for and by the very banks that have been looting not just the United States, but Russia and many other countries. They also are pro-war. Obama has advisors that may even be more hawkish than George Bush's neocons, but he's more of a slick statesman, so he'll be able to sell it better, not the ham-fisted belligerence that we've seen from George W. Bush. So we're in a lot of trouble here. Of course, I've been opposing George Bush for almost 8 years, but only because he works for the very same institutions, the very same Anglo-American establishment based out of England and New York. And so that's what we're facing right now, is the candidacy of Barack Obama now becoming the 44th president of the United States. And it's really a corporate PR propaganda coup. We had about 64% voter turnout, so close to 36-37% of the country voted for Obama. That's really not a huge mandate, but compared to past elections, it's larger than some. Now, I am happy that an African-American got elected. That's a great hurdle for us and some of our history here in the United States, and that's the only silver lining here. Other than that, Barack Obama is a corporate stooge controlled by these robber barons that are looting the United States, and unfortunately, he has more of a anti-Russian stance than even George Bush has. He's advised by Zbigniew Brzezinski, who helped stage the attacks on Russian forces in 1979 to precipitate bringing them into Afghanistan. He even bragged in a book he published last year about that. And so because I love my country and I love my family and I am a total patriot to the United States, I don't like these internationalists coming in here, taking control of my country, and using it as a tool to bully other nations, especially nations that can't be bullied like Russia. It is because I am loyal to the United States that I don't want to start conflicts with these proxy states like Ukraine and Georgia with these sneak attacks they've been trying to stage against Russia. So that's another reason that we're very, very upset here in the United States, people that are rational thinkers, true conservatives that support people like Congressman Ron Paul. And so I would love to think we're having change. I would love to think everything was okay now, but we know it's not. What's going to happen is...
Alex, you just mentioned that word change. The whole American population has been promised a change by Obama. Do you think that by the very nature, a record turnout, many people turned out who hadn't voted before, there was an unprecedented turnout in the election, they still voted for Obama, and you're saying that that population was duped, there will be no change and very little difference to what we've seen in the last administration?
Oh, there will be change, but only for the worse. They are going to accelerate the corporate looting. Barack Obama, a month ago, the Congress would not pass the banker takeover bill. It wasn't a bailout. It gave them governmental power. They've already stolen trillions, not $850 billion. And so as soon as Barack Obama came in, he is already talking about more bailouts for the banks. But a month ago, when we were close to defeating it, and 98% of Americans in polls were against it, Barack Obama got on national TV, he called the Congress, he said we must pass this, and he criticized John McCain for not being enthusiastic enough. So yes, we're going to get change. Did you know he wants a million-person East German-style Stasi or an NKVD literally to spy on the American people? He's on video saying he's going to have 1 million armed youth brigade spying on Americans that are against what he's doing. So yes, we're getting change. Our media is calling him some messianic savior, president of the world, the one. That sounds like Hitler.
Okay, Alex, we haven't got a lot of time, but let's get this in context. The fact that I'm in Russia, you're in the States, we're both talking to each other, and here we have a situation where you were saying a little earlier that his stance against Russia will not be a lot different from George Bush, and yet there are many pundits here in Russia who are welcoming the fact that Obama is in power rather than McCain. It's a lot better, the fact that he's there and not McCain.
Yes. Well, look, They're trying to be congenial. Russia wants to sell oil and gas, wants to sell their technologies. I mean, I'm just being honest here. Russia's being reasonable and hoping and trying, as they've done with Bush for 8 years, to be friends, to be reasonable, to ask NATO to stop encircling them. So, yes, Russia is hoping by détente they can back them off. You've got a problem in Barack Obama and Russia. We have it here, too. He's going to be slicker. He's going to be able to sell the encirclement of Russia and a new Cold War